Well, I could at least take the air cleaner off and check out the situation. Maybe take the top cover off and see. Now, when I did remove the hood, these two wires are hanging here, cut. I'm thinking this is the solenoid, right? The solenoid to the thing? No? I don't know what they are. Maybe that has something to do with why it doesn't start. I'll take that cover off now. Not terrible. I'm going to take that cover off. Pretty clean. I was expecting like a rat's nest or something, you know? I think I know where those two wires are from. This is connected to that. This is connected to this. So that even is more baffling because it's not even connected. So if it's not connected, the engine should start because there's no safety switches associated with it, you know? That's the white wire. Alright, so the white wire and the black wire. Okay, the black wire is a ground connection over there, see? The white wire is the magneto. Wait, or is it? It is. No, it isn't. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, one of them is. That white wire leads to here, okay? This wire goes to that magneto. Okay, well, they're both magneto wires, kill switch wires, okay? So if I trace that white wire down to wherever, it should trace us to where it is, because technically if you just disconnect this and that, you disconnect all that, which I'm going to do. I don't have to worry about the safety switches at all, you know, because there's no nothing to stop this engine from starting from kill switches. So that's what I'm going to do. So those wires was definitely to the kill switches. Leads over here and into the harness that leads to the kill switches. So I've just disconnected all the kill switches off the magneto, and well, ignition still doesn't start. Solenoid doesn't even click, you know what I'm saying? The only time I ever got this motor to spin and run was by connecting a power red to here and to the bottom of the starter and sparks and stuff like that, but it did crank a couple of revolutions, you know, maybe half a revolution a few times, you know. But compression is very, I mean, here, see? You can hear something. I can turn it here, and then it goes there. Then when it gets to the compression stroke, it's pretty hard. Right there. Really hard. Oh, there you go. It's got good compression. Really good. Just, gotta get this thing to start. That's the magnet right there. It's pretty rusty. I'm gonna at least use a wired bristle brush and clean that out. But first things first, I need to get a 4-post solenoid. And I actually have a ignition switch from a weed eater. It's the same prongs, matched with the same letters and stuff too. So if it's not the magneto, I'm gonna change the ignition switch and then see if it cranks, you know. I know the starter's good because it moved, you know. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but, you know, seems to be good. But I will order a new solenoid. More later. So I've waited like 4 days for my new solenoid to get here. Finally did get here. It's cheap. It's like $7. $7.50 maybe, something like that. It's nice. heavy, good quality. So it was worth the wait. In the interim, I've been testing old solenoids with it. You know, I had nothing to lose. Removed the original solenoid. And I don't seem to be getting any power out of the trigger energizer wire. And I've kind of disconnected the kill switches, you know. So I took that metal plate out of here, so this should be good. I've jumped the brake kill switch. I know there might be another one, which is for the reverse. The reverse thing. You guys know what I'm talking about. I think there's a switch in there. I can't see it. Can you see it? Is that it? There's some kind of a switch in there. Well, there's a wire that goes in there. I don't know where it goes to. Anyway, that's on the tranny. So I don't know where that wire goes to, but apparently the switch has a ROI one. So if you want to go backwards, right, you have to go there and it'll go backwards. But I think it'll kill the PTO. So you know, I have two switches, identical. I've been trying back and forth both of them. They don't. Nothing seems to work. I hooked a multimeter up to the energizer wire with the switches on and all that stuff, and there's no current coming out of any of these. So this is ground. I think I have a bad ground somewhere, you know, because there's a lot of rust everywhere. Like that, there's that main ground wire over there. There's a lot of rust under there too. So, I mean, a good ground is very important. So I think moving forward, if I put this new solenoid on and nothing happens, I'm going to clean the contacts. I'm going to do a wired bristle brush in this area here to clean up the ground. And then install that new solenoid and see where we go, you know? So I just cleaned up this area. It doesn't really matter, and not only that, there's not much rust here anyway, but it doesn't matter because it's a 4-post. It's a 4-post solenoid, which means that the ground is actually one of these posts. The trigger energizer powered lead is on the other post, and this just is the in between to the live wires. But could be a ground issue. Could be my starter issue too, but I mean, I don't hear anything coming out of that, you know. When you turn it, it's like nothing happens, you know. Maybe one of you guys could shed some light on it. Of course, it is important that these are clean. I mean, it should work, but I'm gonna clean it anyway. This one looks okay. Okay, so new one's installed. And I get nothing whatsoever. No click, no nothing. And I kind of knew that because I put a multimeter to it, and I've got no power going to here, right, to energize at all. So it's not going to make a sound, you know. I could try to jump it, you know, by putting something here, but sometimes you could bust the solenoid that way, you know. I don't know, I'm at a loss, to be honest with you. I don't really do electrical stuff too well. Not at all. So, it's got to be something in there. Or one of the kill switches, you know. No idea. I'm at a loss. I'm going to have to come back to this. I've disconnected the main ground wires. And it's very rusty there, so I'm going to wire bristle brush that contact area. Rusty. It's rusty. Corrosion.